this is light years ahead of everything else that I've ever gone through.
The biggest difference, I think, is the amount of discipline that I've kind of developed.
It's given me a whole lot of clarity and direction in my life.
Literally, if I just do the work or if I just show up, I'm going to grow.
All right, there's a little secret that has been discovered over and over and over again for the first time. And the secret is this: your thinking is the number one reason why you either have what you want in your life or you don't. Whether it's the Stoics, whether it's modern day psychologists, people who are into growth mentality, Jim Rohn, Tony Robbins, whoever it is, they're going to talk about how you think. It's the number one thing. And here's the thing: most people have no idea. They're doing nothing to work on their thinking.
This is exactly what I've been searching for my entire life. Not knowing exactly what I was searching for, but knowing that I was missing something greatly. And this is it.
So fortunately, I have a guy to my left who literally completed the hardest military training in the world. Not because you were a great athlete. Think whatever you want about Navy SEALs, that they're all jacked and they're just Terminators and walk through walls. You said you were bottom third of your class physically, but top 1% mentally. Was one of the youngest people to get through BUD/S. So good guy to learn from.
Proverb says, as a man thinketh, so is he. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people think that that's just delusional thinking, right? There's actually so much power to your thinking. When I was 12 years old, I watched The Matrix for the first time. If you've ever listened to our podcast or you hang out with us, you would know that it's one of my favorite movies, and here's why. When I watched that movie, I saw there's the scene in the movie where Trinity needs to learn how to fly a helicopter, and she says, download the patch, right? And immediately in that moment, she's able to fly a helicopter. Nothing changed about her physical body. No one gave her any piece of equipment. It's just her thinking changed. She downloaded a lot of information in a short amount of time. Obviously, that's not realistic, even though Elon Musk is trying to make it realistic. What I learned and shifted in that moment in my life was the power of our thinking. It's not necessarily my physical ability, it's not the things that I have, but it's my ability to think. And so from the time I was 12 until now, from the time I was 12 until I went into SEAL training, I've been growing my thinking. And what allowed me to get through SEAL training was the power of perspective, right? Which is one of our topics in Mindset Mastery. Until you understand how to use perspective, you'll see your life incorrectly. With perspective, it allows you to leverage the purpose that you have for your life and take a moment that is painful and turn it into a moment of great purpose. That's just one example, though, a small example of how your thinking can radically shift your abilities in a moment. But it works just as well as Trinity being able to instantly fly a helicopter in a moment. Your thinking changes everything.
So what we're saying to you is your thinking is your absolute greatest advantage you'll ever have in your life. And the thing is most people don't even realize it, nor do they do a lot to think to actually address it. They get their thinking from whatever sort of happens, whoever sort of is around them, wherever they grow up, that's how they think. So if you want to learn from an elite thinker and really grow, get unstuck, start seeing the results, see things change, know that you have whatever it takes in any situation, that's why we designed Mindset Mastery. Hundreds of people are already changing their lives, as you've already seen. We hope that you're going to be one of them.
Most people just want the results, right? Like you go to you get a fitness trainer, you download a fitness program because you want the results of that fitness program. And so many people get those assets, they get a plan, they get a coach, and they don't get the results. Why? Because their thinking didn't change. Like Proverbs says, as a man thinketh, so is he. Until you learn how to think correctly, you'll never be able to turn the things that you have into the future that you want to have. Your thinking is what's going to convert where you are today into the future that you want to have.
Giving people the tools that I always wish we had. And it would have saved me a lot of heartache, and I would have saved a lot of other people heartache throughout my life.
Drilling down my core values and like really knowing who I am.
The area that I'm thriving in now as a result of Mindset Mastery, without a doubt, I would say time management. Something I thought I had mastered, and just the concept of thinking about trying to multiply time has allowed me to do so much more from a business perspective, from a spiritual perspective, being closer with God, being with family, being a husband, dating my wife now for the first time ever, after 10 years of marriage.